Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're all having a wonderful morning so far. It's Wednesday. We are getting closer and closer to the weekend. We are hump day, so just got to get over this hump here.
Yeah, like I said, the downhill run to the weekend
There we go,
kind of
yeah.
unofficially begins today. And really, the downhill run on temps doesn't begin today, it does tomorrow. We're generally talking about what will be high temperatures in the 30s and 40s starting tomorrow through the middle of next week, with one exception, Saturday. This is going to be a pretty good long run of well below normal temps, which means all of your heating systems will be tested over the next 7+ days. Talking about overnights occasionally dipping towards the teens, low 20s with the wind blowing. It'll feel colder than that. So I like to say change the HVAC filter if you haven't done so in a while. Make sure you got the wood stocked up for the fireplace. Be very careful with those portable heaters. Along with the cold air, there's this outside chance for a little bit of a system on Sunday. I'll dig into that.
Great.
And that chance for a flurry tomorrow morning is still there as well. Talk about that as well in a little bit.
Yeah, great reminders in terms of heating with
Yeah.
all these low temperatures, especially overnight and in the morning as well. It's going to be pretty frigid out there.
This is the big thing. Yeah, weather-wise, this is kind of the big story over the coming 7+ days, the cold run of air. Now, Sunday could become a bigger story if the storm on the coast starts to show a little more muscle, but right now it doesn't look like a big deal. We're going to be watching closely just in case, though.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into the rest of your forecast, Jim, we do have a story. Yesterday, the State Board of Elections met to discuss some new changes to the March primaries for some counties across North Carolina. One included Pitt County. Because the County Board of Elections didn't reach a unanimous decision on some of the changes that they wanted to implement, and this included voting hours on Sunday, as well as a potential new location in Pitt County to vote ahead of those March primaries. They did not reach a unanimous decision, so that was sent to the State Board. The State Board did vote in favor to remove Sunday hours. So again, this is for the March election, the primary elections for now. And they're also looking to add a new location in Simpson. So we did speak to a few of the board members on the elections board here in Pitt County to discuss their decision and what they think about it. So let's just take a look at everything that's going on.
At this meeting in Raleigh on Tuesday, the State Board of Elections decided on multiple changes for the Pitt County early voting plan. Among the changes are the removal of Sunday hours. Pitt Elections Board Chair Neil Driver said the board was in a partisan split on the issue. Since they didn't vote unanimously, it headed to the state. Pitt Elections Board Secretary Debbie Avery said she voted on removing Sundays.
I think we have 14 days of early voting, and I think if you wanted to vote, you could find a time in that 14 days.
Avery said her decision to support taking out Sundays was because it's not cost efficient for the county to have it, and
we've never had good turnout on Sunday voting.
I spoke to 6 voters in Greenville to get their opinion. All of them were against removing Sundays. David Brown said the cost shouldn't matter.
I think the board should be prepared to make the economic sacrifice to have the voting available on Sunday. I think it's worth it to the county to have that time for everyone.
Tara George said she believes the turnout would be higher this go around.
Sundays, I would think that it would, especially this election, I think would bring more people out.
Another change this year approved by the state is an additional voting site in Simpson proposed by Board Chair Neil Driver. Board member Edsel Mason said it's unfair to open a site in Simpson due to Rich Zeck being the mayor there. That's because he's running for county commissioner and the voting site would be near his office.
And I believe it gives the mayor an unfair campaign advantage.
All right, so it still looks like that decision is split, but the state board has moved forward in removing hours on Sundays. It is still available for early voting to vote on Saturdays, so if you're not able to do so during the week, they still have that option on Saturdays. And again, just reiterating, for March 3rd is the primary, so that's the day, election day itself, but you do usually have that option to vote early in person 2 weeks beforehand.
So this can't be changed before then, it sounds like. This will stay in. This
seems
is
like
a done deal.
Yeah, now that the
Okay.
the State Board of Elections has made their decision, it seems
Gotcha.
as if it's a final decision.
Yeah, so you got to find somewhere else if you're a Sunday one of those
Right.
Sunday people. All right, I'm going to talk weather here.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I want to take a look through a few live cams for you this morning.
Sure.
So clouds have been filtering in slowly through the overnight, providing a beautiful sunrise. When you can get a bit of mid-level cloudiness out there and the sun's approaching the horizon, that low sun angle, the angle it hits the clouds out, bends those light waves, refraction we call it, and it breaks out some different colors when it does that. And you get those beautiful orange and pink hues sometimes. That shot in Greenville, case in point, gorgeous horizon, that pink hue, 37. Without those mid-level clouds, you wouldn't see that pinkish color. In New Bern, 42 on the thermometer. Clouds still kind of filtering in, so there is a little sunshine to be found for a few hours this morning, but that will not be the case, I think, by the time we get to about 10 o'clock. Generally locking in the clouds and waiting on the raindrops. Out on the waterfront, Stewart Parkway, looking out over the Pamlico River, 41, winds about 5. Grifton, the beauty shot over southern Pitt County, showing a 39 down at the surface, colder there at 1,850 feet up, the camera level. Alrighty, so the headlines for the day today, the clouds build and bring in some raindrops this afternoon, probably post 1 p.m. So I think we'll make it through the lunch hour dry, and then this afternoon, mid-late afternoon, some raindrops here and there, cloudy and cool otherwise, temperatures upper 50s later today. This may be the warmest day of the next 10 days or so, believe it or not. Saturday will be close to today, otherwise cold, cold, cold. Satellite radar, I'm going to loop that through the overnight. Generally it was clear in the evening hours. There's a cloud starting to move in now, and again they'll get thicker, lower, and heavier, that more ominous appearance late morning. Rain off the coast this morning, that's staying out there. That's not moving any closer. It'll be coming from the southwest or west later today. The showers will. And again, I'm looking at if I had to define maybe a 6-hour window, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. maybe, for some showers. After 8 p.m., we're not going to shut rain down totally, but generally isolated hit and miss light raindrops overnight into sunrise tomorrow. And again, tomorrow morning, the thermometer will start to tumble as the last of the moisture moves out. This happens a couple of times every year, it seems like. We've got a front moving through with some moisture, and the cold air is chasing the moisture, just chasing it, and you got that little window of opportunity where the two can come together and get you a brief change over to a few flurries. Most of the time, it misses. It's too late. That'll probably be the case tomorrow, but just in case, I'm talking about maybe a flurry or two tomorrow morning. Anybody that's lived here for a while, you know this scenario. Usually doesn't happen, but the possibility there. All right, take a look at the air temps right now. Grab a jacket. We're at about 40 out the door, give or take a couple of clicks either side. The exception right on the waterfront, 50 in Beaufort, 52 Hatteras this morning. The low number looks like that 34 Roanoke Rapids. Upper 30s from Greenville, Kinston, up to Williamston right now. All right, model data, clouds, clouds, clouds. Here comes the chance for rain post lunchtime. You can see those light raindrops moving through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock. Maybe light raindrops for an hour in any given location. A tenth of an inch. If somebody hits a quarter of an inch in a rain gauge, I'll be surprised. Tenth of an inch, give or take. The sun sets, it's dinner time. Generally not raining. Clouds still there with mid-40s. Kind of holding those mid-40s through 1 or 2 a.m. There's 11 p.m. Clouds, clouds, clouds. Let me get you to 2, 3 a.m. Light raindrops coming in. Here comes the colder air. See Rocky Mountain at 36. That's the colder push of air driving in late tonight, tomorrow morning. And that's that window where we may get the two to combine for a flurry or two. Again, not much, but that little chance. Quickly, the clouds move out. Dry, cold air rushing in on a northwest wind mid-late morning tomorrow. We're probably going to gust 25 miles an hour, and you'll feel every bit of that wind. Wind chills 10 degrees lower than those numbers you see. So a 39 feels more like a 29 midday tomorrow. Not fun. No outdoor lunches tomorrow. Evening hours, still quite cold. Again, I think we may make it to a 41 or a 42 tomorrow, but that's it. Never feels like we hit the 40s. Today, upper 50s. So when you look at all that, it's like, okay, all right, 58, 59, I can do that. Have the umbrella for a shower or two. but reasonably cool. We'll call it later today. You can see the wind switch on the model data. There's this afternoon, southwest wind near 60. Later tonight, watch for that wind arrow to turn to the northwest. And again, picking up tomorrow morning, that northwest flow, rolling all the way down from Canada and bringing that chilly air mass in with it. Those are sustained winds, 15, will gust 10 over that, 25. So you take that wind in the low 40s and you get resultant wind chill values, generally low 30s, sunrise mid 20s, and then generally I would say low to maybe a few mid 30s tomorrow afternoon. Wind chill is not an issue today. Our 58 will feel like 58 later this afternoon. All right, I'm going to go into the weekend. We'll get you a look at what I'm checking out on Sunday right now. There's now. I'll take you step by step over the next several days. There's later today. Got the light green over us. Those few raindrops coming in, kind of hanging in tonight a little bit, and then tomorrow morning. And then the front blasts off the coast. Sunshine tomorrow afternoon. Even that little cloud I've got on there is a little too much. Sunny skies after midday. The snows to the north stay up there. Check it out. Still cold on Friday. I don't think we'll get much out of the mid 40s Friday, low 40s Thursday. Sunny, but chilly. All right, next front's approaching. There's Saturday morning. Sun's coming up. More sun than clouds early Saturday. Clouds kind of coming in the afternoon. That initial moisture likely doesn't make it in here. It looks dry through the day Saturday. That front comes in Saturday night, moves off the coast, and then kind of stalls out. There's Sunday at 6 a.m. Watch as I get you to midday. The front not kicking away but hanging out, and that means that moisture may start backing back into eastern NC. Potentially a little storm forming off the coast out there. If this verifies what I'm showing you, this is cold rain on the coast with a bit of a mix, rain to snow inland from maybe late morning into late afternoon Sunday. In all likelihood, this will change. In fact, a lot of the data showing all that moisture offshore Sunday and moving quickly. So it looks more like we won't see wintry weather than we will. But I've seen this in the past. Things can change. So I'm going to be analyzing the data very closely, as will Zach and Dustin and Russell, and keeping you updated. Charlie as well in here doing the OT hits, the CTV hits. He'll keep you fully informed on how things are shaping up for Sunday. Right now, though, we'll just call it a 30% chance for a rain-snow mix on Sunday, subject to change. What does look almost definite is that cold air. Low 40s tomorrow, mid 40s Friday, highs in the 30s Sunday and the holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, 39 degrees. Some upper teens to low 20s Thursday night, Sunday night. That cold air, that's what you can definitely bank on right now. Cold conditions for a while. Those two relatively reasonable days, today and Saturday. So lots we're watching. Bottom line, the cold's the big story. Secondary, from my perspective, how will Sunday unfold? Right now, it doesn't look like a big event, but you never know. Got to watch just in case things change there. Okay, got it. And bringing it back to today, I know you mentioned those rain chances in the afternoon and kind of into the night. So we're not really looking at any kind of impactful weather here. Just a few showers. Wet roads. Okay. Yeah, we'll get some damp roads for the evening commute. And again, it'll be patchy light rain. That rain window, the best rain window, I'd say 2 p.m. to maybe 7 or 8 p.m. So the mid to late afternoon, evening time frame. Some patchy light rain. No thunderstorms, no heavy downpours, no icy conditions. The overnight rain is not much. Okay. Kind of ringing out a light raindrop or two. Sure. With that chance of a flurry. Sunrise tomorrow. Okay, got it. Well, thank you for the update, Jim. Yep. And thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning. We have a few people over on Facebook tuning in. And good morning to Esmeralda from Chinquapin, Susan Davis from Stumpy Point. Hope you have a great day as well. And George, good morning to you. Hope you have a great Wednesday. Enjoy the 50s while they're here. They're going to be gone for a little bit before they creep back up again on Saturday. Say enjoy the 50s. I know, right? She's right. It's sad. Enjoy the 50s to near 60 because there aren't going to be many days out of the 40s for a while. Right. This is a cold run. I know. All right, well, we'll be back again at 8 a.m. for another news and weather update. Hope to see you then. Bye.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Toyota of Goldsboro.